Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase and this is All Things Rome. Today we are talking about accessories for your watch. Now, what do I mean by accessories for your watch? I'm talking about things like this, a beaded bracelet or something similar that sort of just gives a little bit of accent to the overall outfit that you're wearing. Now, for me, I like to just upgrade my style just ever so slightly, get a nice pair of kicks or something like this beaded bracelet that matches my Rolex Kermit. Now, in no way have I purchased these specifically. I make these myself because, like a lot of people, even people who buy Rolexes, a lot of people are on budgets. Like me, I could use my money somewhere else. I'd rather invest my money or spend it in the channel, investing in the channel, than I would spend $50 or $40 on a bracelet that cost me $5 to make. Let's just flip the camera around and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so here are a few of the things that I have. You can either go like extreme and have something like this blue gold sort of bead, or you can go something more subdued like this flat black. I have one that's like a marble white, and then I have this yellow one for my Aventi watch coming in, hopefully this next week. That's why I have this yellow one to sort of, you know, give it a little accent. And then here is the green that I used to make this one. Now this and another one I wore on my vacation to Hawaii to sort of match my watches. If you look right here, I mean, this is a pretty good match for this. And honestly, you know, you don't have to wear accessories, but for me, you know, sometimes you want just something else on your wardrobe. And I'm just not one to spend a whole lot of money on something expensive. So an example would be, here is a bag of beads that I have. Now, this bag of beads are multiple things that I've made for my 16-year-old, but an example is this dark green bead right here that I used for this lovely watch. If you look right here, the price tag on the inside is $13 for forest green jasper, 8 millimeters. And it's for a strand like this. Now, out of a strand like this, you can get at least 2 bracelets. So, you know, if you look at it like that, okay, so if I had something like this, I could make 2 of these. $13 for the beads themselves. Then you get something like this 0.7 millimeter stretch. This is just an invisible string so that it can go on your wrist like that. No big deal. So if you look at this, this is what, $7, and I've bought it once and I've made plenty of bracelets. So for this thing right here, basically it cost me what, $7.50. So $7.50, and I've seen some of these so much online for $25, $20, $35, Jade and Black or whatever, Golden Black, whatever that company is. You know, these things can be so expensive and they can also be so cheap. If you go on eBay, you can pick them up for what, like $5, but I'm buying quality beads. Like the beads that I have here are quality beads from my local bead store. So I know that they're quality. I can go in, I can take my watch with me and I can say, okay, what sort of matches up with this? What looks good? Blah, blah, blah. Sometimes some people aren't able to do that, but what I'd recommend doing is going online then and doing some shopping. So this is actually what I did, was I actually took this watch in and I was like, hey, I want to try to match the beads that I can with the bezel that will slowly fade over time. So I wanted to get something that, you know, has both dark and light greens in it, so it sort of matches no matter what phase this watch is in. Some people can't do that. Well, my recommendation is just go on Amazon and order some beads. I mean, that's what I did with these. These beads were ordered on Amazon. Are these exactly what I wanted? Not really, but these are still AAA quality beads. Not really that big a deal. These ones right here I ordered, these were supposed to be more gold, like more of a pop, and instead it's more of a tan. So are you gonna get everything you want all the time? No, but these are still relatively cheap. $13 for the ones locally. I think on Amazon these were $10. And again, you can make multiple bracelets for we'll say $5 a piece. So let's just make a quick bracelet. I'll show you how I do it, and we'll sort of go over why maybe you'd want to do it. So because I have my Aventi watch coming, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna count the amount of beads that need to go around my wrist. An easy way to do it is either just to measure around the wrist, and you can say, okay, well this seems about right. You can say, boom, okay, it's that many beads, count them out. Me, because I already have multiple ones already made, I already know how many beads it takes to go on my wrist. And for me, it's 20. So basically what I'm gonna do is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm gonna take the amount of beads here, I'm gonna take them off, put them in their own thing. Now, there are multiple things you can do to help hide things like knots and stuff like that in the elastic. You can use something like this. This whole thing on Amazon was nearly nothing. It was what, like, I think $10 for this whole thing. I will never ever run out of these, and they're just little spacers in between the beads. So basically, if I have 20 beads that fit perfectly around my wrist like this, and there's, you know, a little bit of sort of flex in there, it's slightly loose. I don't think this is a big deal to have it slightly loose. Better slightly loose than a little bit tight. But if I'm going to start adding spacers and stuff like that in, I need to keep that in mind while dealing with this. So basically, instead of just going straight yellow on this, I'm going to go all yellow, and then I'm going to do one black bead, and I'm going to use 2 spacers in between. So I need 19 of these, 1 of these, and 2 of these. Okay, so now with this is a stretch band. Now you can use woven bands as well. I do have some woven band coming just so I can do like a multiple wrap, basically a 3-layer bead wrap as opposed to just a single layer. This I'd recommend for a single layer. So I'm just gonna take some. Okay, now at this point, there's no reason for me not to just speed this up because it is an arduous process of simply just putting these beads on the end of the elastic band. And it really is that easy. It takes about 10 full minutes to really just, you know, casually put this stuff on with no issues at all. Next, it's just a matter of putting the spacers on. And again, this is a thing that has a lot of different spacers. So basically I just chose some rather large spacers to put the black bead in between just to hide the knot in the elastic band. Now, when you knot the elastic band, I do like, I don't want to say 17 knots, but at least a good probably 5 knots just to make sure that it doesn't stretch out, pull, and unwind and then break over time. Okay, so once I do the initial sort of tie that's not a knot, I do a quick fit on my wrist just to make sure I'm not wasting my time and have to cut and go all over again. And here is finally the finished product right here. You can see just a little accent right there. I actually think it turned out quite nice. Goes over the wrist. Really hope it fits that Aventi watch. We'll see. It comes in just 2 days. There'll be an unboxing. Now let me just compare that to the green one that has no accents that I use for my Kermit. Now there are gonna be multiple ways to wear a bracelet. For me, it is on the opposite wrist from my watch. A lot of people like to stack it on the watch, either underneath the watch or over the watch. However, for me, I think that's just far too cluttered. For me, my whole goal on my left wrist, because I'm right-handed, on my left wrist is where I wear my watch. I want my watch to be front and center on that wrist with the accent piece on the opposite end. Now, some people would say, hey, one is good enough for you. I don't care what you want. If you want a whole arm full of beads, that's on you. I am looking at hopefully doing maybe a triple stack, and that's as far as I would go. I don't think I'd go any further than that. I mean, there are people I see that are just, it's all up their wrist. That's not for me. It could be for you, not for me. I'm just sort of showing you how you could save some money, save some dough, maybe invest in another watch with the money that you're saving. Now, this is just a quick video just to show you guys what I do outside of watches to help accent the watches that I already have. Now, again, I am getting my Aventi watch. Hopefully, I'm getting my Aventi watch this upcoming week. I will do an unboxing, a first impressions, then an overall review for that. And just like I said, I built this for that Aventi watch. We'll see just how it turns out. Now, the bracelet on the Aventi is black, and the one that I got is the Medina yellow. So hopefully this is just, you know, the Medina yellow is going to be very bright, and these beads are not bright at all. They're more subdued in the yellow, a little more translucent. However, I think that it'll make a great accent on the opposite wrist. Now, if you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment on the content you guys would like to see on this channel. I have a lot of videos coming up in the future, so make sure you guys are hitting that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop that next video. Until next time.